Nurabad was a small village, nestled between golden fields and towering mountains. Life there was simple, but difficult. People rose with the sun, and slept as soon as it set. Poverty was so widespread that dreaming was considered a privilege, only for the rich. But there was one boy who dared to dream. His name was Zaayan. Zaayan was the son of a poor potter. His father, Karim, spent his days shaping clay into pots, but his earnings were barely enough to support the family. His mother, Aisha, was a weaver, tirelessly spinning threads, yet they always struggled to make ends meet. However, Zaayan had a heart full of ambition. His father often told him, "Wealth can be stolen, but knowledge will always remain with you." Every night, Zaayan would stare at the stars in the sky, and whisper to himself, "One day, I will shine so brightly that even the sun will notice me." But dreaming was easy. Turning dreams into reality was difficult. One evening, as Zaayan was walking past the village mosque, he saw an old man lighting a candle. The wind blew fiercely, trying to extinguish the small flame, but it flickered stubbornly, refusing to die. Curious, Zaayan asked, "Why light a candle, when the sun already provides light?" The old man smiled and said, "A candle does not illuminate the world, it only removes the darkness around it." That night, Zaayan understood a deep truth. True greatness was not in shining like the sun, but in becoming a candle that could light the way for others. Now, his dream became clear. He wanted to be a light for others, but how? There was no school in the village, no books, no teachers. Knowledge was a luxury, reserved for the wealthy, while the poor remained trapped in ignorance. But Zaayan refused to accept this as his fate. He started learning from whatever sources he could find. He listened to travelers' tales, memorized stories from the village elders, and absorbed every word of wisdom he heard. Soon, other children started gathering around him. They listened to his stories, learned from him, and spread the knowledge further. Without realizing it, Zaayan had become a teacher. But the world often stands against those who try to spread light. One day, the king's minister heard about a poor village boy teaching others. He disliked the idea. He knew that when people gain knowledge, they start asking questions. And when they ask questions, those in power become weak. So, Zaayan was summoned to the royal court. As he entered, he saw the minister's arrogant face. With a stern voice, the minister asked, "Who gave you the right to teach?" Zaayan replied, "Wisdom is like a river. It does not need permission to flow." The minister didn't like his answer and decided to test him. He placed a gold coin, a candle, and a lump of clay in front of him. "Tell me, which of these is the most valuable?" he asked with a smirk. The court fell silent. Everyone expected Zaayan to pick the gold coin. To them, wealth was the most valuable thing. But Zaayan picked up the candle. "This is the most valuable." The minister laughed. "A candle? More valuable than gold?" Zaayan smiled. "Gold shines only for itself, but a candle gives its light to others." The court buzzed. The king leaned forward. "And what about the lump of clay?" Zaayan held the clay gently. "It is like the human soul. It can be shaped into something beautiful or left useless. It depends on the hands that mold it." The king clapped. "You have answered wisely. Ask for anything you desire." Zaayan took a deep breath. "A school. A place where every child, rich or poor, can gain knowledge." The king was impressed and ordered a school to be built in the village. Years passed. The village once lost in darkness now glowed with knowledge. Zaayan's school became a beacon of hope. The children who once feared dreaming now dared to dream big and work hard. One day, an old man visited the school. It was the same man who had once lit the candle outside the mosque. Zaayan, now a respected teacher, stood and welcomed him. The old man smiled. "You have kept the candle burning." Zaayan bowed. "Because I chose to be a candle rather than the sun." Tears welled up in the old man's eyes. "Son, true light does not rule over others, it guides them." And so, the story of a poor village boy became a legend that inspired the world. Zaayan had learned that greatness is not in how brightly you shine but in how many lives you illuminate. This story still teaches us today, be a candle, not the sun. The sun blinds with arrogance, but a candle gently shows the way.